Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Joy Intelligence and the JQ Edge. We are live this morning. I hope you all had a fabulous Memorial weekend. And this whole week, we're talking about culture change and we're talking about healthcare and leadership and what goes right and what's difficult. So, to continue on this wonderful Tuesday morning, we start off as we always do on the Joy Intelligence Edge show or JQ Edge. Purpose. What's our purpose? What's our focus? Execution. How are we going to get there? And proof. Did we do what we committed to? What more than intention, but did we follow through? And so this week, I picked a focus on culture change and where does that impact us? And so culture change at work starts in two clear ways: top down, bottom up. So it's a complete system. And today, my focus is culture change in healthcare. Recently had a friend of mine, his father was hospitalized and number one rated hospital system in their area, and the care was more than subpar. And so I explained that that's part of the culture issue, but let's just get specific. Purpose. There's a healthcare crisis, and it is a culture crisis, and the stakes are patients. So in Southern California and in Southern Nevada, we're facing one of the most urgent workplace emergencies. There is a critical nursing shortage that experts are now calling unsustainable. Southern California and Nevada, and perhaps nationwide, need over 3,000 additional registered nurses just to meet the national average. Let me say that again. Nevada, Southern Nevada, and Southern California need over 3,000 additional registered nurses just to meet the national average. And that's just one sector of healthcare. So I'll stick with that focus this morning. And according to the Nevada Health Workforce Research Center report, high vacancy rates and expected retirements are compounding the problem. What could be the root cause? Burnout driven by a broken workplace culture. Hospitals are managing patient ratios of 1 to 8 or even 1 to 9, nearly double what's seen in neighboring states. Fatigue and emotional exhaustion are not personal struggles. Research consistently shows us directly, that they raise the risk of clinical errors and adverse patient outcomes. So leaving hospitals to address this on their own terms is what's happening in Nevada and in Southern California. So what can be done to optimize and improve the workplace culture? Improving the workplace culture in healthcare is not just about job satisfaction. And also, it's fundamentally about patient safety. But I want to ask you, even if you're not in healthcare, what can you do as a purpose today to help start the process of optimizing your workplace culture, of creating the environment for your employees where they become recruiters, where they begin bringing in people, where they begin talking about what a good or great place your place to work is? And in healthcare, we're going to focus on that this morning. So, healthcare execution, workers are trained to care for others, but rarely given the tools to sustain their own emotional presence. And so I've found that out working in hospitals myself as a psychologist and working in different healthcare facilities, for instance, maximum security prisons. Our team was left on its own to find ways to cope in a different way with stress and fill the gap for recruitment. So, of course, this morning, Joy Intelligence fills that gap. That's why I'm here. That's why you're listening. How does Joy Intelligence do that? A practical, repeatable system grounded in scientific fact, neuroscience, and psychology. So just listen for a moment and please reach out to contact us. We would love to help your team and your company. So what does Joy Intelligence deliver to your team and specifically in healthcare? Emotional regulation on demand. Emotional regulation on demand. The chair of joy can be practiced in under 60 seconds between patient interactions. For those of you new to the show, chair of joy, sit or stand straight with shoulders back. Breathe in and hold it. Breathe out. You just reset your brain in that moment. Think, what's my best option for the next patient? What's my best option in this moment? And your brain will deliver the right answer. And feel, what's the feeling that comes up from the bottom of your toes all the way up through your system in your body? What else? So emotional regulation on demand, reduce cortisol response, less stress, and improve focus in high pressure clinical environments. Remember, in many instances, you're not going to change the stress level. You can change your reaction to stress. And that's what JOYELY provides. Psychological safety. What does that do? When you have an environment of psychological safety, nurses, doctors, staff members, employees feel like they can speak up, ask for help, and join together, support each other. That's such a key element when we bond and we get the team working and rowing in one direction. When we have a shared language, Joy Intelligence provides a shared language for emotions across interdisciplinary teams, a shared language, breaking down individual silos so that we begin to connect every team, every department between nursing, physicians, administration, janitorial staff, part-time staff, contractors, everybody. And what's fantastic, what's joyful is we can help you provide measurable data. Joy Intelligence Enterprise Platform tracks the relationship between Joy Intelligence implementation and business outcomes, and obviously including retention and team performance. The emotions map provides a quick, solid system, an 88 card interactive toolkit that helps healthcare leaders and teams address challenges in real time, creating breakthroughs in the focus. I will never forget the first time I met Bailey and Cheryl, who created the system. Cheryl's our CEO. Bailey's her daughter, who helped do all the research and put all this together. They gave me two cards and they said, which one weighs more? So, what happens to your team when you master just this skill? Emotions are not good or bad. They're not right or wrong, and they are not positive or negative, and they are temporary. Let me say that again. Your emotions are not right or wrong, good or bad, positive or negative, and they are temporary. They pass through you. Research shows the longest emotion lasts 6 to 7 minutes. And so my favorite analogy is when you eat an ice cream cone, you're happy. When you're done, that emotion's gone and we move on. Joy can become permanent. It's at the bottom of all emotions, and we want to get you to tap into that. So when I was given those two cards and asked which one weighs more, I said, well, most people will say an emotion that seems negative, anger, versus the emotion card that I viewed as positive, which happened to be happy. Yet my logical brain said they're both paper cards, they weigh the same, and emotions weigh the same. It's your interpretation. So when we can change the interpretation of emotions and shift the culture and move everybody moving in the right direction, we create breakthroughs in focus, communication, and decision making, even in the most high pressure environments. So when we have safety, presence, we get joy. When we communicate, we focus on how we move forward and how we deal with the immediate situation, one situation at a time. So, what's the proof? For every healthcare listener on this show this morning, charge nurses, department directors, CNOs, and hospital administrators, you can begin right now. Practice with your team a 60-second chair of joy. Sit, breathe, think, feel. Sit, what's happening right now? Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Think, what's the best option for us to move forward and let everybody share? You reset the brain, you get out of that stress mode. Put the JQ emotions map in break rooms and nursing stations as a reference. And create the space for honest check-ins per shift between patients. Where's each person's presence level right now? So for healthcare executives or any executive, if you're having high turnover, if you want to change the culture, if you want to be joy intelligent champions, contact us directly. Go to joyely.com, LinkedIn, Dr. Brian Grossman or Cheryl Lynn, and we will help you track how our system will optimize your workplace culture, make it a recruiting machine, and a more joyful experience for your employees. Reduce the turnover, optimize patient care, optimize sales. So a nursing shortage in Nevada or anywhere else can't be solved by policy alone. Culture change, sustained, intentional, rooted in joy intelligence, is an investment that keeps your staff, every department that you have, and will make your hospital a place where people want to join. So you can book a call, Zoom with drbriangrossman.com. So Zoom with drbriangrossman.com. We'll see you tomorrow live on the Joy Intelligence Show. Remember, we live it by practicing it every day, and we're committed to helping you in healthcare, in sales, in leadership with your organization. But we want to raise the level of healthcare in Nevada. We're committed to that. And we'll see you tomorrow morning on the Joy Intelligence Show. Have an excellent and fabulous, joyful day. See you tomorrow morning.